Candace with C3 Creative. Let's make a bow. This time we're going patriotic, but these are all more budget ribbons except for this one. It's a Farrisilk. I had it left over from last year that I got marked down. But you could actually just sub in just a plain red here. You wouldn't have to use this. I just think it matches really well with the cute fireworks. So let's go ahead and get started. Again, you're always going to have a tinsel tie, and you're going to need a zip tie. You're going to need a good pair of sharp scissors, and I like a pair of wire cutters to cut things off with. I'm going to start with my 2.5 inch. This is a red and white Polka Dot D'Lux. I actually got this from the wreath shop. This is a pretty versatile ribbon. You can use this all year long. Ladybug, strawberry, patriotic, Christmas time, Valentine's. So this is such a popular ribbon that it sells out from a lot of places. So when you can find this Deluxe red and white polka dot, you should buy it because it is a great ribbon and super versatile. So I'm going to start by dovetailing that first end. I'm going to make about a 7-inch tail, and again we're going to pinch this together. So we're just going to kind of accordion fold it. See, I'm just using my fingers to kind of mash this together, and then you're going to twist and put that in your bow maker. I'm going to pull that tail up, and then I'm going to come out here and I'm going to make some 6.5-inch loops. So 6.5 there. Come across, I'm going to twist, give that a good twist, come back across, and another 6.5-inch loop here, and then I'm going to put that there, hold my ribbon in place, and I'm going to do about, try the side, I think I'm going to leave this tail long. I'm actually going to be putting this into a wreath, so I'm going to weave this in. And then I'm going to do about a 7-inch tail, come down, and I'm just going to do this one a little bit shorter because I don't want to cover my sign. So that's what I'm doing there. And then this fun patriotic ribbon, it's got the fireworks on it. Now this is a great ribbon because as you can see, it's multi-directional. So I've shown before when you're going all one way, you have to twist. Because of the way they've designed this one, you don't have to worry about it because it's going in both directions. So I'm going to push that in, and I'm going to twist. And we're going to do the same thing as our last one. We're going to do 6.5-inch loops. We're going to press that down. We're going to twist, come back across, another 6.5-inch loop on this side. Same thing, we're going to come down long because this is our, going to be our tail on the other side. And then I'm going to come across on this side. A little bit shorter. And now that I have a couple ribbons in place, I'm going to just move some of my tails around. So I'm going to want this one here, 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 and then I'm going to want these to go up and down like that. And I'm going to want these to go up and down like this. Just trying to show my ribbon where I want it to be. A little bit of fuzz on that. Okay, I'm going to put this here. Take my blue ribbon. And I'm going to make my tail. I'm going to go a little bit shorter this time. I'm going to go 6 inches. Oh, this ribbon does not have a great wire. I don't know where I got this, but it's very flimsy, so I'm not loving this so far. It's thick, which is good, but it is not a good wire. But that's okay. And we're going to cut this one a little bit shorter. It's the perfect blue for this firework. So this is like a lighter blue in the firework ribbon, and that's what's on the sign that I'm putting this in. So that is why we're using this one. And actually, I have the stars. I think I am going to put a little bit of this in here as well. I wasn't going to, but I changed my mind. I think it just needs a little bit more. And that way I can, I'm worried about this blue ribbon being flimsy. It's going to need something to help keep it standing up. So that's why I'm doing this. And then I'm going to finish with a little button of this Farrisilk canvas here. I just think it's really pretty. And so I got a seam, as you can see here, but that's okay, because what I'll do is go ahead and cut this at an angle and just have that really small button there. So now that we've got all of our loops in, oops, I forgot to move these the way I wanted them. So I think I'm going to move this one here, move this up here, and then this one I will move up here, and leave this one here. I'll get myself some blue over there, and move this up here. Perfect. A little bit of blue right here to break this up. I'm going to move this a little higher. Move that there. Perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to slide this underneath. Make sure, oh, I don't have that last ribbon. That's why you gotta make sure. Sometimes they'll try to get away from you. And see how I'm using this finger to push down in the center, pulling this over. And I'm going to tighten this just enough to lift it out of the bow maker. So just enough to lift it up. Then I'm going to turn it on its side. I'm going to make sure that I center this because it was a little off center. Once that's centered, I'm going to rotate the zip tie to the back, flip it over. I'm making sure that my ribbons are stacked nice and tight on top of each other. You want them stacked up like a sandwich. You want to see the layers. Don't let them get all mushed together. No one wants a mushy sandwich and no one wants a mushy bow. And then I'm going to crank that down really tight and snip it off. So now we have our bow, and again, these tails are long because I'm going to cascade these down into my wreath, and I'll show you that later, but that's the reason why we have those that way. So now I'm going to start trimming up my tails. Fold your seams together, cut at an angle, and cut upwards. And I like to stagger these, so I like for the one in the back to be the longest, and each one to be just a little bit shorter. So see how I'm just staggering this so that I've got just a little bit less on each one. Right there, and about right here on this one. So that way every tail shows. And then on this one, we're just going to cut at an angle. And got that one cut already. Got this one, oops, got a little piece of ribbon in there. Got tucked away. A little bit shorter. And this one's going to be about right there. And about right here. And there we go. And so now we have all of our tails cut. I like to singe my ends real quick, so just quick singe. I'm just gonna, this just keeps the ribbon from fraying. Okay, and there we go. And I got a little bit of wire poking out. So the trick here on your wires, if you have your wires, you can go on the back side, take your scissors and kind of push down, and you're just gonna snip off those wires. And that way you're not poking out and nothing looks ugly. I think that's all I have there. And then on this side, we're gonna come across and dovetail. And I actually usually would not trim this yet, but I'm gonna go ahead and trim these because this is going in a wreath. I usually trim it once it's in there, but I can always trim it again. So just to show you what to do, we're gonna fold. And again, we're just folding these seams together and cutting upwards. And the reason why I do this is, you know, folding them and cutting up like this is the very reason why you see a band-aid on this finger. You don't want to cut towards your fingers because you can accidentally cut yourself, and it is quite painful. And these scissors are very, very, very sharp. So I'm not going to cut these longer tails yet because I have, I'm going to put them in the wreath first, but I am going to go ahead and trim these up so that they are symmetrical and they look perfect. And then I like to pull my ribbon tails towards me just to make sure I've got some shape to them. So I'm just pulling everything out. So I've got my shape that I want. And again, that's a matter of preference. Everybody's different. That's how I like to do it. That does not mean that that is the only way to do it. And now we're going to fluff out our loop. So we're just going to put our hands in here, and I kind of just roll them out. And I'm shaping them at the same time. I kind of already have them where I want them because of what we did prior to pulling it out of the bow maker. But I'm just shaping my loops here. So I'm going to pull this one up a little. And this one's here. And then right here. So I'm just making sure these pop. And we've got our ribbon here. Trying to make sure this is twisted in. Sorry, I might be too far away from the camera. Sometimes I get distracted. Just running my hands through these loops. Running my hands through. Just making sure all of my loops pop and that you can see all of the ribbons really clearly. And there we have it. There's our next bow. Let me know what you think. I think this one's super cute. Again, I was trying to match this firework ribbon. I have a sign that matches this. And yeah. So, and even when you get a flimsy ribbon like I do on this blue one, you know, don't sweat it. The other ribbons will take over, and you know, it's still holding up. It's not going to hold up as well. It's definitely not a deluxe ribbon. These linen ribbons have a lot of good texture to them. This is like a canvas ribbon. This one's very, very flimsy, but as you can see, it's just a little bit and it's going to do just fine in your bow. So that's just a little tip for you. Don't ever overthink it. It's going to work out just fine. Hope this helps you, and leave a note for me in the comments and let me know if you enjoyed the tutorial.